Hi Capricorn, welcome to your weekly general reading. This is, well, I'm reading it for the week of the 22nd through to the 28th, but if you find it a different date, that's fine, because we find things when we're supposed to. Let's get down to it. All the housekeeping stuff is down below. I'm just cracking on with the readings to get what we need to hear this week. What have we got? Ace of Swords, an opportunity for honesty and clarity, decisions, taking action on something. Let's see what is around this. You have the Creator. There's a storm brewing. There's a storm brewing. You do have the opportunity to say no with this card. I've read this card. I think it was Aquarius. So I don't know if you're involved with an Aquarius. If you are, then you need to watch the Aquarian read. But there is a storm brewing, and there is an opportunity for people to say, no, I'm not willing to accept that anymore. No, I'm doing what's right for me. But for me, this is making very clear boundaries, very clear statements, being brutally honest with each other. Two of Swords, there's a decision that nobody kind of wants to make. Or there's something that somebody doesn't want to hear. But it's very much shouting decision and choice at me. Like somebody has to make a decision. Somebody has to make a choice. I don't know if that's you or them, but somebody doesn't want to make it. And it's time for somebody to make that decision and take some action, because you can't stay in this stalemate situation. And I think that there's something's about to go off that's going to make everybody have this moment of clarity and honesty. Brutal honesty is really what I'm getting. Brutal honesty. But yeah, a war of words, definitely. Four of Wands. It does bring clearing. Like the Four of Wands is a step on the journey. Like there are passions that are going to run high, and I'm not going to lie, but there are things that people want to achieve, and it's a time to assess the relationships that we have around us. And this is kind of where that decision making is coming forward, because you have people that are on a journey together, and the Four of Wands gives us this amnesty kind of situation where we can be brutally honest and go, what's working so far? What's worked? Look how far we've come. Let's celebrate the successes. Equally, let's look at what isn't working and how we can make an adjustment in this situation in order to move forward. Because if we're moving forward, it needs to be stronger than where we've got. We can use this as progress, taking a negative and making it constructive and moving forward. And in order to have this kind of open, honest and unified approach moving forward, you need to be honest. You need to be clear of expectations, and you need to be clear of everything, including the negative aspects of ourselves, in order to move forward. You are stuck between a rock and a hard place, making a decision. I don't know if you jumped from a frying pan to a fire, but some level of honesty with yourself, as much as anybody else, is kind of needed right now. Eight of Cups, walking away from something that doesn't emotionally serve you. So if you do this midterm review and you decide, you know what, this person isn't worth my time, walk away from them. If it's not emotionally serving you and it's upsetting you, or it's overly negative, like there is no way of turning that negative, transmuting it into something positive, then maybe the time has come for you to walk away. Consider other options and walk away to something that does benefit you emotionally, and make moves forward towards that. Where do you want to emotionally invest your energy? Because you have to protect your own energy. And that also involves going within and seeing, how do you want to emotionally invest in yourself? Do you need to protect your energy in some way? Or should you have been giving it more freely somewhere else? Basing it on emotions rather than materials. Yeah. Pride is on there, and that's not lost on me that there's pride. You're weighing up different options of how to progress forward. That's natural, because again, that's how you make a decision, right? You assess the situations. Some things don't look as great as they should be. You also need to look at, again, with the emotional, the energetic investment. How much effort have you put in? Is it going to pay off? Because things only pay off if you've maintained a relationship, if you've maintained your studies, if you've maintained your skills. This is about hard work paying off. So if you've put in the hard work into something, it will pay off, and not in the way that you kind of expect it should be. I don't know if you look for the wrong kind of criteria of success, but you kind of need to look at that right now. There's a level of compassion that's required this week, and kindness, understanding other people, and also reading between the lines. And I don't mean reading between the lines like, oh, there's something they're not telling me. What is it? They're not saying something. They're pissed off at me. They're not saying something. It's not that. They are trying to tell you something without telling you it, in the sense that there is something negative within you that they don't want to approach, because when they approach it in a direct way, you can be quite reactive, is the best way I can put that. Reactive is kind of what I've got. A bit like the bees. If you go into it gently, then you get the big payoff, right? If you go in and just go, I'm having that, bang, the more you go in harsh, the more the bees feel they're attacked, and the bees respond by attacking back. So that's kind of how you react to situations. You think you're being attacked, and that nobody's attacking you. They're just trying to illuminate the negative aspects in order to transmute them into positive aspects. It's not against that. Friends are going to be essential this week. Oh, that's not lost on me. Friends are essential this week. You're going to need your support network around you. Make sure you choose the right people to invest and share information with, because I think there's somebody around you that's quite a blabbermouth, and they will share things and it will get back to where it's not supposed to get back to. Recovery, that's going to be necessary, and you're going to need your rest. You're going to make sure you're prepared, because as I said, the Tower has come out here. The Tower, it shakes things up. Things are never the same again after this. So you can either go with it, go with this life-changing moment and move into a more positive energy, or you can fight it and resist it, and it's going to be even more traumatic. There is upheaval and change on the horizon, which I said with that Creator card, that shit's about to hit the fan. Things are about to never be the same again. A storm is coming in. That storm is coming in this week. Seriously, you need to watch the Aquarian read, because those two cards came in with that the same way in that read. But you need to give it a rest. Don't be so forceful. Don't be so attacking. If people are setting up boundaries and calling you up on stuff, it's because for a reason, and they're not doing it to be horrible or attacking you or anything. It's just that they need to protect their energy too. And if they feel like you've been taking rather than giving, they don't mean it to be horrible. They're just saying, I cannot invest in this energy anymore. I cannot allow you to keep taking from me. I don't have it to give you. Or if I do give it to you, you don't seem to be doing anything positive with it. It's almost like you need propping up all the time, but you're not prepared to prop them up when they need it. And they can't keep doing it. At some point, they have to be cruel to be kind and say, no, I'm not doing that anymore. It's almost like they've pussyfooted around your feelings for so long, and now it's like, I'm not pussyfooting anymore. You're crossing lines, and I'm telling you where you're crossing lines, and that's where it's coming from. So again, be very careful. If you do feel that that's a stressful situation, do not dump on the people. Absolutely dump outside that circle about how you feel, but be very wary of who you tell, because somebody within your circle could potentially leak that back and cause a whole nother shitstorm of stuff coming back round. Let's see, what card have we got? I don't like ending on the Tower, because some people perceive it as negative. I personally like it, because it means you can rebuild up in a more productive and constructive way. But it's enlightenment as much as it's destruction. Four of Pentacles. The core of a situation is going to be very evident by the end of this. People are going to feel more reserved and shut out. Boundaries are going to factor, because the Four of Pentacles is my boundaries card. Yeah, you've got the Seven of Wands there as well. Basically, if the Karma card has come out, basically, if you have put any good, pure, positive energy into a situation, if you've maintained it, if you've put in the work, then this shouldn't be as traumatic as you could potentially, basically, as it could be. But if you have been self-centered, selfish, more considerate of how things benefit you, rather than people that maybe you should have been more considerate of how it benefits them as well, mutually beneficial, then this is what's coming around. This is the karma moment. This is like life coming in and going, bang. Oh, you didn't maintain that relationship? Oh, it's not there. Oh, it's a case of, oh, you were really kind and supportive and did things selflessly. Oh, then this is somebody coming in bringing you joyous news. That's how an outcome and how it affects you. is all down to karma and justice, like how you've behaved in the past coming round again for you. I'm going to pull you a message from the Mermaids. You have be spontaneous. Always be spontaneous. Have fun, kick back, relax, especially with your friends. And then there's contemplation. There's going to be a time of contemplation, of assessing what's a blessing, what isn't a blessing, what work you've put in, what is coming back. Either way, it's a time of evaluation this week, especially with that Four of Wands. It's really like reviewing a relationship, but the universe is making you review it. Like, how have I behaved? How have we got to this point? What do I need to learn to move forward? Because if someone's cutting you out of their life, then maybe you need to look at why, or ask them. Be prepared to hear the brutal truth. Why? Be honest. The amnesty time. Why? What am I overstepping? What isn't right? What isn't correct? How can I learn from this? Rather than, but I do X, Y, Z for you. That's been taken into consideration already when they've done this behaviour towards you. You don't need to remind them. Maybe it's the fact that you keep reminding them what you've done for them that is the issue. Nature signs. Be receptive to subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only open our hearts and minds, is what's come through from the fairies. I hope that has been of some. I really wish it was a positive one. I went, can I have a positive one for Capricorn, please? It's positive as long as you've put the work in and you've done things with kindness and selflessly. So, yeah, that's the only way I can say. That's how a moment goes either way, by how you've behaved leading up to that moment. I hope that is of some use to you, Capricorn. Hopefully I'll see you again next week for the weeklies or the monthlies. I think both are coming up this week. And I will see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.